The pandemic has caused unwanted solitude and truncated farewells, leaving so many families stunned and traumatized. Grief can also be laced with anger. No one knows that more than Therese Schoeneck. Her daughter Mary died in a car accident in 1977 at the age of 21.
You're just not prepared for the pain. It just slams into you and it really overtakes you for a while.
There were a lot of what ifs and so much heartache. Therese didn't think she could survive or ever be happy again.
You have to. I had to go on for, the rest of my family. But no, I did not know how to do it. And I'm kind of a stuffer. And I wanted to stuff that grief, and that's not a good thing to do.
At that time, Central New York didn't have a support group available for parents dealing with the death of a child. Therese soon discovered she wasn't alone and decided to fill a need.
Myself and our family, we didn't want her to have just died. We wanted something positive to come. We had a coping with the holidays, December 4, 1978, and those parents said, "Can we meet next month?"
Hope for Bereaved was born. That one support group, over the span of more than 40 years and counting, grew to 12 monthly support groups, each addressing a different type of experience.
I came in for counseling, started going to the support groups, and my life just started to turn around again.
Incredible to be in a room with 30 people that knew how I felt.
And I realized that I wasn't alone. It's the normal process of grieving.
Just felt right the minute walking in there. I met people who understood what I was going through, even if they didn't have the same relationship. Some have lost their children, some have lost siblings, but they just understood it. And it felt like almost from the minute I walked in, these people were this newfound family.
Spouses, children, parents, survivors who've lost loved ones to suicide, and now COVID.
And I think all of the people that help us, we have 400 volunteers, most of them have had the lived experience and they stay. And it's so neat when you're in a group and all of a sudden you think, oh, they look a lot better. And then they'll come up to me and they'll say, "I'm not here for me anymore. I'm here to help others." That's what it's all about. I think paying it forward.
Hope offers counseling, newsletters, and grief kits at no cost. They don't receive any government grants or institutional aid, funded solely by the goodwill of others.
We didn't have funding from any place, so we would have our fundraisers. Well, guess what? Pandemic hit. So we had to cancel or, really limit some. But the community's been helpful, and all the volunteers. So we're still going strong.
There's also this special place of solace, a butterfly garden for those feeling trapped in sudden despair. Here, you don't feel so alone.
It is meaningful. We've had one lady, she would come, she worked at Destiny, and she would come and stop it every day. Didn't care if it was raining, snowing, whatever. She would stop at the butterfly garden, kind of, visit her son, and then go to work. And she said that's what helped her.
Give people the ability to remember somebody. That's why the garden is so, wonderful, because, I don't want Mary's name to be forgotten.
Anyone losing a loved one during the pandemic can suffer worse outcomes because of lockdowns and social isolation, not being able to say goodbye, normal rituals erased, making grief even more difficult and prolonged.
You don't have the long line of people hugging them and telling them wonderful stories, none of that. So no, it complicates their grief. It'll be with them for longer.
The group using Zoom conference calls and other resources to do their important jobs despite social distancing.
So you've had to adjust, but the need hasn't gone away.
No, in fact, I've had a couple sweet notes lately just saying, keep up the good work. Hope needs you now more than ever. And I call the office because I'm basically in a bubble working from home. And they'll say, "Oh, I'm so busy today." That every day. When I talked to the volunteer today, she told me, she said, "Therese, I had 3 phone calls before I could finish the first phone call."
And as more families emerge from dark pandemic-inspired shock, grief, denial, Therese Schoeneck's Hope for Bereaved is providing a steady, bright light.
she is remarkable from, Hope for Bereaved and everything she's done, but she was a remarkable woman before that. When she gets a letter or she hears from somebody how much somebody has been helped, that is the gas in her car. I mean, it's what keeps her going.
I think it's you feel so understood. I would never say to another bereaved parent, I know how you feel, but I know the territory. And to be in a room full of people that have all had, a child die, or we have the drug overdose, we have suicide, widowed, we have all the different groups. And you just feel understood and more comfortable. And the longer bereaved kind of inspire you. You think, they made it, somehow I'll make it.
Therese Schoeneck, a bereaved parent, remarkable woman, a mother to many, helping so many cope with loss and find hope for more than 4 decades.